Hi, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Uh, Empaths, chosen ones, let's stop dismissing the disorder. Let's just stop. You know, I hear a lot of a dismissiveness in a lot of us because, let's face it, we'd rather this topic not even be a thing as much as it is. We understand that it is what it is, but a lot of us, because we want it to go away, we began to convince ourselves that it's not there as much as we know it is, and it causes us to become dismissive. So much so to when we know all the factors and we see and observe all the behaviors. Maybe not even always all the behaviors. Maybe half of the behaviors. It can be someone in the public domain. It can be people of influence. And a lot of times this is what it is. And I get it. People who we have looked up to, admired, most if not all of our lives. Take celebrities. We grew up watching certain celebrities on the big screen, and we've heard interviews from them off screen, and we've heard and read certain things about them in their personal lives. And it now causes us, with this newfound awareness, it causes us to look back and put these things together. Because you see, when you're awakened, you don't have the luxury of picking and choosing what you think and how you think. The thought process as you heal is automatic. Because what's happening is you're retraining your brain to recognize things that you otherwise would pass up and pass off. I say it a lot. We used to get along to go along to get along. When you become awakened, that's out the window. You don't think that way, you don't act that way, move that way, or behave that way. You see things without looking for them. You see things that you don't want to see. But at the end of the day, you know and I know you can't unsee what you see. And so that's where I'm going with this, because the dismissiveness of this disorder, how we fill in the blanks, we describe what we are looking at as everything but. We minimize it. A lot of times we laugh it off because society has superimposed narcissism in all of us, if we're really paying attention. The sharper your knowledge and insight and intuition becomes, you can even see some of the behaviors that you and I once displayed. Before we knew what we know now, as strong, extreme, sometimes narcissism. The behaviors that we displayed were very strong narcissism. And you have a lot of things in which people take delight in now. When they see someone in pain, they can laugh at someone else's failures. They can laugh at other people's shortcomings. And the way that the enemy does it is they create this dismissive attitude as they laugh. and they make specific statements like, you know that was funny. Come on. And in many cases, they are correct. It is funny. Some of the things we see is funny. In the spur of the moment, your emotions sometimes with laughter, you can't always predict how you will react to something on any given day. Somebody fall, you laugh, but instantaneously, your concern is, are you okay? You ever notice some people can see someone get beat up and they laugh and they just kind of walk away? Person sitting there bleeding, cut up, big knot on their head, semi-unconscious, heaving, and they won't seek to administer any kind of aid or assistance. Very cold, calculated mentality when you see this. This is narcissism, and in many cases, the very person that you're looking at is a narcissist. They take delight. They take extreme delight in other people's demise and destruction and hurt and pain. You know this. Narcissists love to see someone in pain. Remember what they tried to do to you? They had you in so much psychological, physical pain. You know when you're sick around a narcissist, they don't care. I'll give you a half-hearted, are you okay? The one who lived in my house, I fell ill mysteriously one day. I was bedridden for 2 or 3 days. I mustered up the strength only because they very softly asked me on the way out of the door, I'm going to Walmart, do a pickup, do you need something? Do you need something? And I said, can you bring me some flu medicine, I guess I said, something like that, to bring my temperature down. I could barely muster up the strength to say that. Had the lights off, I was coddled up under the covers, 2 or 3 blankets. And I don't know how long they were gone. I want to believe a couple of hours. Walmart's only 10 minutes away. If I had to guess, at least a couple of hours. I hear the door of the bedroom open and I mustered up some strength to say, did you bring the stuff? I didn't even look up. I heard them say, oh man, I forgot. You want me to go back and get it? This is the tone. Nothing in their voice sounded concerned. Nothing in their voice sounded apologetic. They were saying what was necessary or what they are programmed to believe they need to say, but it had no feeling. It had no real context to it. No emotions. And at the time, I hadn't put it together. But the more I educate, elevate, and vibrate high, I can observe movies I watch now, if I watch a movie. I rarely watch movies. I listen to a lot of documentaries. I listen to a lot of real life stuff for me, because I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to listen to scripted stuff anymore. And everything is scripted to some degree. I get that. But I'm talking about not even really documentaries, if I really want to be honest. It's stuff of most recent things that have occurred. Most often they're not always tragic, but most of them are tragic. Whereas someone, lost their life, or there's something where somebody got duped out of some money. I guess you can say I'm in a CSI or more of an investigative type of material, when I'm not watching educational things such as construction, YouTube, where people are building and putting things together. Creators, People who are creating something good for humanity. I love a lot of that because we need that as empaths. We need to see this harmonizing type thing play itself out in front of us because this is what inspires us. This is what keeps us charged up. You know what runs our battery down? Chaos. When we see chaos, it runs our battery down. This is what the narcissists did. They tried to run our batteries down, deplete us to the point where we couldn't even recharge. You know, batteries are only allowed to do a certain amount of cycles when you buy them. I don't know if anyone knows this. And they get to the point where they are no longer able to hold a charge. You, the narcissist, I mean, not the narcissist, my God. You, the empath, and the chosen ones are lithium as opposed to a narcissist. A narcissist is what we would consider not even a NiCad battery. They are what you call inverters. They want to plug into a power source, transfer your power into them so they can go on to fake power other people and things around them, fake inspire other people. And this is all a ploy so they can get in close, so they can continue to deplete that energy source. That's a good way to explain what a narcissist does. So empaths, we tend to lean more so towards things that inspire and charge our life. And if your life is not being charged, look at and pay attention closely to what we are allowing to continually deceive us by way of this behavior and this disorder. This disorder is so apparent, so obvious. I'll leave you with this. I observe, because I do look at my phone, and I am kind of connected to some of the current events going on right now. I'll just give you a backdrop of what I'm talking about. I won't give you names, but I will say this. This is not prophetic. It can be viewed as prophetic. You take it for what it is when I tell you. I had noticed that there was an athlete in football, and I'm not giving any names. You go figure out, observe these things for yourself. Because when we are awakened, a lot of things we cannot tell other empaths directly the way we would like to tell them. Because to come into, we often come under scrutiny by other empaths as, believing we know more than they do. And that's the ego that we have to kill. If you can sponge information off of people, you don't have to always agree with it, but you have to stop denying what you see right in front of you. So I'll continue. This athlete right now, he's been released from the league to go wherever he chooses to go. Even before this new development, I have observed his mom as being a narcissist. I'm not going to become dogmatic and follow this turns of events unto no end, but I do believe these things that pop up in the way that they're connecting themselves by way of my intuition and my awareness. I see a mom that is heavily narcissistic, if not a full-blown narcissist, that is giving the illusion that she is all in the corner for her son. But in essence, it's all about her. In the limelight, in the center, in his life, to no end. And see, what you have to understand, when you have a narcissistic mother, when you as a son go on to try to form your own life and say, get acquainted with a woman, and you want to, and I don't know what his romantic relationship is, but I'm guessing he doesn't have one for the most part. And if he does have one, she'll destroy it. Because they don't want any substitute. They don't want anyone taking their place. Unless that woman comes in and she's a source of fuel for the moment, because they will allow that fuel source to come in and give them the illusion that they are allowing them to be first place in that son's life. But it's almost like they're allowing that person in because they need to poke the bear. You're entertainment for them when you come into a family dynamic of narcissists. Your entertainment. It's like a pet. It's like a pet. But they won't take good care of you. They'll continue to abuse you. They will gang up on you, and it will be such a tug of war, like vultures pecking at a corpse or pecking at roadkill. That's grim, but think back. They all got a turn with you. Even some of the ones you thought were in your corner, they were gaslighting you, triangulating you. Just really think back. Some of those family members, the ones that you thought, no, I'm still good with my sister-in-law. She gets along with me. Me and her never had no problems. They were playing behind the scenes as well. However, there are times when you have that family member that are just so unawares. They may not be problematic. They stay out of the way. And in some cases, very rare, they don't know what the hell is going on. They can very well be peacemakers and just are not aware that that family member are narcissists. So they'll stay their distance, although they're not aware that that family member is very dangerous and disordered. So I won't say I can't wait to see what the new developments are with this athlete, but because I really do hope I'm wrong. But when you become awake, you see these things. You see these things in a very new way, fresh new way. And you don't look for them. You don't go around looking for people to diminish their character like the narcissist. You just see it. You see it. You see the pattern. So let's stop dismissing this disorder. I know a lot of us, the new year, let's get out of the matrix mindset, first of all. It's a new year. I'm putting that all behind me. I understand what you mean. But because you're putting old things behind you, the new things that are developing, the pre-existing things that are in and around your life that doesn't serve you for your best interest, you have to recognize it for what it is. Stop dismissing the disorder, because in doing so, you're allowing this thing to get just that much more leverage in your life by one way or another. Because when you're convincing yourself of what you know you saw, or against what you saw, and what you hear and what you are observing, like I say, by way of influential people, celebrity, people we admire, people are in positions of power and authority. Sometimes in your local principalities, your local government, your city government, your town government. You may be friends of a wife that is the wife of someone who is in your local principality that is in high position. You may pride yourself that you know a certain doctor or lawyer in your city. But now with the newfound information, it's undeniable. You also realize that that individual is a narcissist, or that this or that individual is a narcissist, undeniably. And so we suppress it and dismiss it because we feel like it's far removed from us and our direct. They are not a direct influence in our life. We're not saying go off and expose these people. What I am saying is just this: recognize it for what it is. Find your way out of that relationship, friendship, or any connection with that dynamic as best you can and as much as you can. Otherwise, what you're doing is You're stagnating your growth. You are allowing this energy, little by little, behind the scene, to drain and charge off of you. Because these people, I don't care how much celebrity they are, how much money they got compared to you, you may just be barely making it. You are the diamond in the rough. You're the gem. They're not. Because if you strip those things away from them, the label, position, the money, the power, the influence, you strip all that away from them, there's nothing. It's an empty vessel. They all are. If you notice, they are always associated with where they are in life. They don't have a true identity, notwithstanding that wealth, position, power, or influence. Let's take it. You see them in the gym. If they're narcissists and they may be the mayor, they come into the gym. They're just a regular everyday person. They got on gym workout suit. They're not in the suit. They're not on the bench. They're not in the judge's chamber. They're on your equal, and you'll notice that they're like a kid in a candy store. They need the attention and the admiration and adulation of people around them. And you'll see people running up to them, getting on a machine beside them, working out beside them. Hey, Judge. Hey, Doc. Because we pride ourselves that we know and we're acquainted with these people. We need to form organic friendships. Friendships I have with people, whether they're in influence or power or position, has nothing to do with their positions in society. It has everything to do with their character. And that sounds cliche, but that's how I pick my friends, based on their character. Because it's just something that's out of sync when I start forming relationships with people that don't share similar characters to mine. They don't have to be a carbon copy of me. You know, I'll take them with their flaws and everything. But what I will not tolerate and continue to dismiss is the behavior that I believe is associated with people who are in your life and in my life to destroy me. Don't want to see me win. Don't want to see me progress. And a lot of times I'm choosing to dismiss myself out of the circles of people even close to me, even family members. I've made that decision, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. That being said, bless.